Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a little different video today. Today I'm looking at a different YouTube channel called Grimmlifecollective. Now I've been following this channel for a good few years now. The channel is run by Emily and Jessica, and they go on wild adventures across the planet, discovering the grimmer side of life, if you like. They look at doing videos on crime scenes, on burial sites of well-known people that we all adore and love, be it a film star, be it a musician. And they have a vast love for horror, and they go to a lot of locations where horror films are made and do all these wonderful things. And they've a huge channel being followed by like multi-thousands of people, not like my puny little channel, but they've been going for a number of years now. Emily used to be Michael, and it was used to be Michael and Jessica, but Michael has now told they've now told the world that Michael is trans and he's now known as Emily. And the feedback they've been getting, it's just so ugly. I'm just thinking, why are people just say such things about two wonderful human beings that love and appreciate the grim and darker side of life, showing us all these wonderful places that some of us would never ever get to go to. I was lucky enough to meet them last year, I think it was, at HorrorCon in Sheffield. And I was speaking to them, and I thanked them so much for their videos because they took me places I could never go to. One, I can't afford to. Two, my health and stuff like that. And I spoke to Jessica, and she has a heart problem, and I have a heart problem. And so we sort of bonded on that. And I spoke to the guys about my love for the psychobilly band, The Cramps. And I said, I'd love to see you guys do a video on The Cramps, because Emily, or Michael at the time, reminds me quite a bit of Lux Interior, the way he sort of presents himself. But yeah, so anyway, that they decided to end their marriage but stay as friends, which is incredible. It's amazing. They're still best friends and they're still going to carry on their channel, which is so cool, because their life has chosen them to take different paths, different ways they need to follow. And that's what life is about. It's about following the path that your brain and your heart tells you. Now, why people got a problem with that, I don't understand it. I do not understand it. It got to the point where Jessica had to make public sort of like little videos saying how upsetting it was. And it's disgusting. Just because some people have are wired different than you are and think different things. I think different to loads of other people, but it's me, it's who I am, and Emily is who she is, and that's just the way it is. And you just got to respect that is a human being living out their little existence, and whatever they choose, if it chooses to be Emily and that's his direction, that's his right as a human being. And that is the way he is built, the way he is wired, and the way he is supposed to do, because that's who he is, and that, or she, sorry, and that is, I get a bit confused, so I don't know if to say he or she, but I'm going to say she, but that is the way that she is, and she needs to follow that, because life is not a rehearsal. It's a one hit wonder. And the wonderful thing about life is you can be who you want to be. You can follow your destination. You can follow your own dream. As long as you're not hurting no one, it's all good. At the end of the day, I mean, it's a personal thing between Emily and Jessica and how they deal with that. I've watched videos of them, and I think it's something that's not just happened. I think it's something that's been happening for a long time, maybe a few years, and it's got to the stage where Emily feels I've got to be this. I need to follow this path, and I want you alongside me, but as my friend, not as my wife, and that's their choice. And I'm really, really chuffed for them that they're still remaining friends. But people, please be respectful, be nice. It's their life, it's their existence. If that's what they want to do, and that's the direction in life that they want to take, then it should be respected. It should be celebrated. It should be cherished. It should be, make no difference to anything in the world apart from them living that life that they want to be, being the people they want to be. And that's what's important. I'm a stupid, silly old man that messes up all the time on my videos. I make loads of mistakes all the time. I get my information wrong. I'm not exact on information. I do this as a hobby, and I do it because it's just who I am. And I'm not being any different than I am if you met me in the street. And that's what life is like. You follow your path. That's Emily's path. That's Jessica's path. Just let them be in peace. Just stop being horrible and leaving horrible comments. And that has nothing to do with me. I like I say, I've only met the guys once, and they're beautiful people. They're wonderful people. And I think they're people to be celebrated, no matter what your personal way of thinking is, or your way of life, or the way your mind tells you that you have to be or want to be. It makes no difference. At the end of the day, human. It's no different. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. What Emily's choices are, it doesn't matter. What Jessica's choices are, it doesn't matter. But together, they're a fantastic team. They're a fantastic channel, and they're beautiful human beings. So it shouldn't make any difference to your life, or to anyone else. So just leave them alone. Be kind. Just celebrate that they have actually had the strength to be public, because they didn't even have to be public about it. They didn't even have to say, "Oh, I'm Emily." But I think because going forward, the strength inside the old Michael so much that he believed that he is Emily, got to the point and said, "No, I need to do this. I want to be known as Emily," and that is fantastic. And because that's who he is, and that is who she is. They are both the same person. And it's just that some people have a different way of seeing things in life. And some people just can't accept that some human beings are born in the wrong body, in the wrong person, and believe that, that this isn't who I'm meant to be, and fight it. Or like Emily, she's grown. She's a grown woman now, but it's like all this time she's been fighting herself as Michael, and it's like she managed to get the strength to come out of that and just say, "No, I'm Emily, and this is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be." And I think you're absolutely awesome, and I think more people need to follow who they are supposed to be instead of pretending what they're not. Social media is the death of the planet. People think World War III is happening out there in the world, and it probably is. But I'll tell you what, it's been happening a long time before that on social media, down to the evilness and all these people sitting in their armchairs at home that know the world better than anyone else. They haven't got a fucking clue. They don't know. I haven't got a clue. I don't know. I don't have a clue how this situation is. I don't have a clue because my brain doesn't think like Emily does. How Jessica deals with it, I haven't got a clue because I've not dealt with it. But all I can say is that hats off to you both, because I think you're both wonderful and incredible human beings. And I think the what you're doing is the right thing, because you cannot be locked up in someone's body who's not you, if you know what I mean. It's almost science fiction, right? But it is. There are people out there that are that way wired, that they actually, you know, they believe that they are living an existence that isn't them, and eventually they discover, yeah, this isn't me, I am this person. And then they start living their life as that person. And that's fantastic, because it would be horrible to live your whole life not being you, wouldn't it? Look after yourselves.